Yeah. Hey guys, all right, just before the show starts, I wanted to let you guys know that my fight against cancel culture is still happening. Please go to the description below. There's a link titled Support My Fight Against Cancel Culture. If you want to help my fight, please consider giving a bit of a donation. All the information is in that link. With that being said, enjoy the show. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another strolling episode. We're not strolling Dumo, we promise. Even though that's we weren't doing that. If you Dumo, if you watch this, we didn't do anything to you. We promise. Um, we are actually going to stroll the president. And for those of you who are wondering what strolling is, it's basically going on someone else's live stream while you're live streaming, and we troll them. We crack some jokes. I would say, we've stepped up our game tonight because we've got some surprises for you guys in store. And again, all in good fun. We will try and be as quiet as possible um, to let you guys hear what the president does say, but we'll make it entertaining at the same time. Yanni, you can go ahead and put the link up there or show the thingy
Cool. Yeah, let me go
so
over
that
to
we know when
that.
he goes live, so we're not late. But yeah, so that's basically what strolling is. We actually put it in the Urban Dictionary. Yanni put it in the Urban Dictionary, so now it's a thing. So thank you, Yanni.
It's a thing. It's a thing, and guys, please go and search for it and go and scroll down till you get to strolling. You'll see which one it is, and click the like button because the more likes we get, it'll actually move to the top suggested word when somebody does search for strolling.
Yes.
Because there's some other definitions of strolling in there, which is not the real definition of strolling.
Yeah, because ours is S dash trolling, short for stream trolling.
Yes.
Which also would be kind of cool if some of you could actually go to like the ENCA, sorry, uh,
SABC.
SABC, the YouTube streams that are already there. They're waiting for the president, and you can see now on Yanni's or on our stream, there's a chat. There's a chat there on the side. It would be cool if you guys could be like, "Oh, come to Joe Emilio's channel or whatever. There's gonna be like some trolling. It's gonna be fun." If you guys could do that, that'd be really cool. If you could just tell people to come and join us on this stream. Again, we're gonna try and be quiet. Can't promise we are, but we're gonna try. We're definitely gonna try. And yeah, but we'll hopefully keep you entertained. I really think we fixed the president's speeches. Any presidential speech actually. I think I'm going to do this for like every president.
Every president of every country. We're
Well,
going to
maybe
do this.
not every president, but you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah,
maybe we'll do one with Trump, and
that'll be funny.
yeah, we'll maybe like the UK. What's it? Boris, or what's his name? Name Boris.
Um, but what do I think Boris Yeltsin? Who's that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Is
We'll
it him?
see how this goes.
UK Prime Minister.
Yes, and
Prime Minister of UK.
we've got
Prime of the UK.
Nabila
Boris
Issatis.
Johnson. Boris
Yes,
Johnson.
Boris Johnson. Nabila Issatis is here. Thank you, Nabila, for tuning in. I haven't seen you in a while. It's good to see you. I hope you're well. Um, I hope things are going well on your side. I know you stay in, I believe, Zim, so I hope you're doing fine there. And we have JC McFarlane saying good evening. Thank you, JC, for tuning in tonight. Greatly appreciated. I don't know where to put the comments. I think I'm going to leave them here. I think I'll leave them up there. Be more or
Yeah,
less out of the way.
that's good.
Yes, Boris Johnson. Thank you, JC, for telling me. Yanni, we're actually doing something where you can actually see what is going on. How is it so far?
It is looking good. I can see everything. I can see you.
Okay, cool.
It looks good.
So hopefully when I have a guest on, we'll start doing this, but we'll see. All right, so 5 minutes. Hopefully the president is not late. Yanni, I'm really sorry to ask you to do this, but I'm really nervous to do anything on my computer at the moment. Wait, let me check
Okay.
something. Hold on. Let me check something. Because I don't know why. Never mind. I got it sorted.
You good?
Yeah. We have a show later tonight. Funny you should say that at 8:30, and I have a guest on the show, Sophie Jones, and we're going to be talking about something sensitive, sexual harassment in the industry. So yeah, that's going to be a bit of a tough one, but we're going to have some fun here. So if you want to, who's Sean Flesachi? Fasachi? Fasachi?
Versace.
Fasachi.
Mm-hmm.
Aha! I figured it out.
Versace.
Hey, hi,
Hmm.
Yanni. You're saying hi to you, not to me. That's fine. I guess
Hey,
you're the.
Sean. How's it going?
I guess you're the funny
I don't
one.
know Sean Versace. I don't know, but hello, Sean. Please say hello to Joe.
He says, "This is so funny." Yeah, we're gonna have some fun tonight. Penny Williams also joining us, and Reese van der Vault also. Hi everyone. Hey, look, trolls on a live stream. Yeah, we're gonna be trolls.
Where's the
Um,
trolls? That's some trolls.
um, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to this. We've got some things planned. I think you guys are really gonna enjoy it. I really do. Cool. So apparently 3 minutes until the president goes live. Do you think he's gonna be on time?
I think no. I think he is going to be 3 minutes late.
Three
3 minutes
minutes.
past 7.
All right.
Yeah.
JC McFarland, look at
Dude, late is
that.
late.
Look at that. He's in the chats, and he said, "Tune to Joe Emilio." I'm on. I'm looking. Thank you, JC, man. This is cool, man. This is cool.
Awesome, JC.
I'm hoping they will. I keep on spamming it every now and again anyway. So I'm on
Bots.
I'm on SABC. Anybody no, yeah, I'm on this one, SABC. Anybody else can go on whatever else, ENCA, News 24, go far and wide and tell them to tune in. This is going to be funny, funny, funny. Herman Ruiz donating a 14 Rand stripper chat.
Super chat.
Yeah, I don't know. Wait, I haven't figured out yet what I'm going to do with stripper chats. Yeah, I'm still working on that. So Nabila, just before before the president goes off, I've been offline mostly. I injured myself, so on bed rest for 2 months. I'm so sorry to hear that. Wow. Okay, so for 2 months. Wow. Okay.
Hope you feel better soon, Nabila.
Yeah, must be a serious injury.
It must suck though if you're stuck in bed rest for 2 months and you've just came out of lockdown where you're stuck in home for freaking 5 months.
That's true.
So that's almost like what's worse?
Exactly. Howdy, Joe and Ragnar.
Ragnar. Tian.
And
Thank you, Tian.
Nabila predicting that he's going to be 7 minutes late. Okay, well, he's got 2 minutes, so we'll see. If he's late, he's late. But I mean, oh man, I cannot wait. Oh man,
Yeah.
so
So what's your thoughts, Joe? Do you think we're going to go level 1 or we're going to go level 3?
no, I don't think
I'm thinking we're going to
I don't think we're gonna go
we're
back
going
to
to
level
go.
three.
Yeah, yeah, agreed. The numbers have reduced quite a lot, which also, I'm not an analyst or anything, but I mean, it's certainly whether it's not made up, but whether the numbers are flawed or not, I don't know. But I mean, we're certainly not reporting the same numbers that we have been reporting, so which is maybe good news.
Yeah.
Nothing. So what do we get with level 1 though? I've actually not researched what we get with level 1. I think they will post the information on the Gov.za site as soon as the president's spoken.
There's ease on international travel, but not a lot. They're talking about increasing religious gatherings from 50 and above, which I hope will also be for the restaurants. There's talk about easing tourism. Your masks, you still have to wear your masks. That's gonna stay.
Okay.
Yeah, but we'll see what he says now. Here we go. JC McFarland saying level 1 transport regulations have been gazetted an hour ago. See, they do this. They do like
we're gonna release it like just before the president goes out, because then nobody can give outrage.
Yeah.
What do you guys think that
I don't
accent
know.
is like?
Do you guys like this? I think I sound like Pee Wee Herman or Hermit the Frog. It probably isn't anywhere close to that.
I don't know what I sound like when I do
I'm
that.
not even going to try that because my voice doesn't seem to do that thing. I need helium. And I forgot the helium balloons.
No, it's fine.
Oh,
It's
man.
fine. It's fine. We don't need it. Next time.
Next one, Mr. President.
Yeah,
Next one.
You know he's gonna talk again. You know he's gonna.
Yeah, we're going to go to level 0.5.
Exactly. Wow, the chats in the SABC are just. You can see on your screens.
That's
It's just.
crazy.
So I'm trying to drop every now and again, and hopefully get some people over here and get some subs, man. That'd be cool. But we got 26 people watching. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. What is S-trolling or strolling before the president goes on? It is basically doing a live broadcast of another live broadcast and trolling them, making fun in a jest way, in a humorous way, entertaining way. And I thought we'd do this for the president just to liven up the speech a bit. You know what I mean? I think he needs a bit of living up, you know. White Noise saying away. Joe Emilio and Gandalf the Red. Yeah. Keep going, Joe. No worries. I will. I'm gonna keep on trying to get people to come over here, man. Hopefully. Yeah, and everybody else just keep spamming if you can. The other ENCA and what's it?
News 24.
News 24.
News
Yeah.
24 and SABC. SABC was the other one.
Yeah,
We're
SABC.
currently on the SABC news stream.
Yeah, they seem to have a bit of a more stable connection, but we'll see. So yeah, level 1. I see people in the comments there saying level 1, level 1, level 1. I think we're gonna go to level 1. I don't think they can ignore that outcry. I mean, oh shit! I mean, imagine he doesn't. Look, I think it's gonna be level 1 with, again, terms and conditions. Like I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't think we're gonna be completely off the hook. My worry is just if they increase the gatherings for the churches and the religious groups. I would find that unfair not to do that for the restaurants, cinemas, theater,
Entertainment, etc.
Yeah.
Agreed.
So yeah, we'll see. But who knows? I must actually get.
So we're on 3 minutes. So I am wrong. Sorry, Joe.
No worries.
So Nabila is still in the run for 7 minutes late.
Yeah, I was actually going to say now, Nabila, I want to get you on my show to talk about Zim and the lockdown in Zim. She was on my show recently. Well, not recently. During the lockdown, she was on my roast show. She made a debut as roast mistress. Very funny episode, that one. And I must get her on the show soon when she's feeling better. So our thoughts and prayers are with you, Nabila. And I missed you. We missed you in the chats. Cool. So here we go.
Fellow South Africans, good evening.
Is it going live? There we go. I'm not hearing his audio. There we go.
But he's not coming through.
The disease.
There we go.
And more than 650,000 have been confirmed as infected. Our economy and our society have suffered great devastation. We have endured a fierce and destructive storm. But by standing together, by remaining resolute, we have withstood that storm. 2 months ago, at the height of the storm, we were recording around 12,000 new cases a day. It seemed quite alarming, and it was. Now we are on average recording less than 2,000 cases a day. We now have a recovery rate of 89%, which could go possibly to 98% in time. Even as restrictions have eased over the last month with our move to alert level 2, there has been a gradual but steady decline in new infections, hospitalizations, and deaths. Demand for hospital beds, ventilators, oxygen, and other essential medical requirements has also reduced steadily. We have succeeded in overcoming the worst phase of this epidemic while protecting the capacity of our health system. I wish to applaud you all, the people of South Africa, for this achievement and for the thousands of lives that have been saved through our collective actions. This achievement has also been recognized by the World Health Organization, which has been working closely with us to strengthen our response. As we said earlier, they have continued, that is the World Health Organization, to give us advice and have even deployed their top experts to our country. We are grateful for all the support we received from Dr. Tedros Ghebreyesus, the Director General of the World Health Organization, and his colleagues in Geneva, as well as the Africa Centers for Disease Control and Prevention at the AU in Addis Ababa. Although we have made remarkable progress, a number of our people are still getting infected, and some are losing their lives. By any measure, we are still in the midst of a deadly epidemic. Our greatest challenge now,
So funny.
and our most important task, is to ensure that we do not experience a new surge in infections. Several countries around the world have been hit by a second wave or a resurgence of infections. We want to avoid this. A number of these countries had passed the peak of the disease and had seemingly brought the virus under control. Some of them had even lifted most of the restrictions on economic and social activity. In many cases, the second wave has been more severe than the first. Several countries have had to reimpose hard lockdowns to deal with the resurgence. Our public health response is now focused on further reducing the transmission of the virus and preparing for a possible resurge. We have now taken a decision to keep increasing coronavirus testing. Due to the decline in new infections and the reduced pressure on our health facilities, we now have sufficient testing capacity to expand the criteria for testing. Among the categories of people we will now be able to test are all those who are admitted to a hospital, those who are outpatients at our hospitals with COVID symptoms, and individuals who have been in close contact with confirmed cases, whether or not they themselves have symptoms. Alongside increased testing, we're improving contact tracing through the deployment of the COVID Alert South Africa mobile phone app and the COVID Connect WhatsApp platform. Effective testing and contact tracing systems will allow us to quickly identify and contain outbreaks before they spread further. I want to make a call this evening to everyone who has a smartphone in South Africa to download the COVID Alert mobile app from the Apple App Store or Google Play Store. The app has been zero rated by mobile networks, so you can download it without any data costs. Using mobile technology, particularly Bluetooth, the app will alert any user if they have been in close contact with any other user who has tested positive for coronavirus in the past 14 days. The app is completely anonymous, does not gather any personal information, nor does it track anybody's movements or location. So it is safe to use. The Department of Health has also developed WhatsApp. Contact tracing and your close family and friends. We will be undertaking a nationwide survey to assess the actual levels of infection within society. This survey, known as a seroprevalence survey, uses antibody tests to see if a person has been exposed to the coronavirus. A nationwide study will allow scientists to estimate the extent of asymptomatic infections and immunity within the population, as well as better understand the transmission patterns of the virus. We continue to maintain our healthcare capacity to ensure that we are able to manage any possible outbreaks of infections effectively, and to ensure that everybody receives the care that they need. The Department of Health is working closely with trade unions and other stakeholders to ensure that all healthcare and other frontline workers have the necessary personal protective equipment and safe working conditions. I wish to thank the nation's frontline workers for raising the issue of their safety and the safety of the environment in which they work so sharply and so consistently. I wish to thank them for their dedication to caring for our people and for the enormous sacrifices they have made. While we are working to prevent further transmission of the virus, we are also preparing for the time when a vaccine becomes available. To ensure that South Africa is able to access an effective vaccine as quickly as possible and in sufficient quantities to protect our population, the country is participating in a global initiative supported by the World Health Organization to pool resources for the development and distribution of a vaccine. Through this initiative, South Africa joins other countries in supporting several vaccine development programs and seeking equitable access to successful vaccines at a lower cost. Through our position as the chair of the African Union, we have been advocating for equitable access on every platform we've spoken to across the globe so that no country should be left behind. We are also investing in our own capacity to produce and distribute a vaccine locally so that South Africa can play a key role in the effort to expand access to vaccines. Our country is already participating in 3 vaccine trials, demonstrating the capability of our scientific community. My fellow South Africans, a month ago, the significant decrease in new infections enabled the country to move to coronavirus alert level 2. Now, with the further progress we've made as infections have come down, we are now ready for a new phase in our response to the pandemic. We have withstood the coronavirus storm. Now is the time to return our country, its people, and our economy to a situation that is more normal, that more resembles the lives that we were living 6 months ago. It is time to move to what will become what we call our new normal, for as long as the coronavirus is with us. While much economic activity resumed from June, it is now time to remove as many of the remaining restrictions on economic and social activity as it is reasonably safe to do. Following consultations with a number of stakeholders, provincial, local government, traditional leaders, and drawing on the advice of scientists and engagements with various stakeholders, Cabinet decided this morning that the country should now move to alert level 1. The move to alert level 1 will take effect from midnight on Sunday, the 20th of September 2020. This move recognizes that levels of infections are relatively low and that there is sufficient capacity in our health system to manage the current need. The move to alert level 1 will mean a further easing of restrictions on gatherings, social, religious, political, and other gatherings will now be permitted as long as the number of people does not exceed 50% of the normal capacity of a venue or the facility. But this must only be to a maximum of 250 people for indoor gatherings and 500 people for outdoor gatherings. Health protocols such as washing or sanitizing of hands, social distancing, and mask wearing will need to be strictly observed. The maximum number of people who may attend a funeral is increased from 50 to 100 due to the higher risk of viral transmission at funerals. Night vigils are still not permitted. Venues for exercise, recreation, and entertainment, such as gyms and theaters, which were limited to no more than 50 people, will now be allowed to accommodate up to 50% of their venue's capacity as determined by the available floor space, subject to social distancing and other health protocols. Existing restrictions on sporting events remain in place. Where required for the purposes of voter registration or special voting, the Independent Electoral Commission will be allowed to visit correctional centers, health facilities, old age homes, and other similar institutions to do their work. This will be subject to all the health protocols, which will include the wearing of masks and washing of hands and sanitizing of hands as well. One of the earliest measures we took to contain the spread of the virus was to severely restrict international arrivals and to close our borders. With a move to alert level 1, we will gradually and cautiously ease restrictions on international travel. We will be allowing travel into and out of South Africa for business, leisure, and other travel with effect from the 1st of October 2020. This is subject to various containment and mitigation measures. Travel may be restricted to and from certain countries that have high infection rates. A list of those countries will be published, and it will be based on the latest scientific data that we will be able to get on those countries. Travelers will only be able to use one of the land border posts that have remained operational during the lockdown, or one of the three main airports: King Shaka International, OR Tambo International, and Cape Town International airports. On arrival, travelers will need to present a negative COVID-19 test results not older than 72 hours from the time of departure, from whence they will have come from. Where a traveler has not done a COVID-19 test prior to departure, they will be required to remain in mandatory quarantine at their own cost. All travelers will be screened on arrival, and those presenting or exhibiting symptoms will be required to remain in quarantine until a repeat COVID-19 test is conducted. All travelers will be asked to install the COVID Alert South Africa mobile app. Countries that have used this type of app have been able to manage the coronavirus pandemic quite effectively. In preparation for the reopening of our borders, South African missions abroad will open for visa applications, and all long-term visas will be reinstated. The tourism sector is one of our greatest economic drivers. We are ready to open our doors again to the world and invite travelers to enjoy our mountains, our beaches, our vibrant cities, and our wildlife game parks in safety and confidence. Also, as part of the gradual return to regular economic and social activity, the hours of curfew have been changed. The curfew will now apply between midnight and 4 a.m. The sale of alcohol at retail outlets for home consumption is now permitted from Monday to Friday from 9 a.m. to 1700. Alcohol will be permitted for on-site consumption in licensed establishments only, and with strict adherence to the curfew. In the next few days, the updated regulations will be published, and ministers will provide detailed briefings on all these measures. The Department of Public Service and Administration will shortly issue circulars to all public servants on the measures that will enable the return of all areas of government to full operation safely and without undue delay. Because there are several remaining restrictions that can only be enacted through disaster regulations, we extended the national state of disaster by a month to the 15th of October 2020. The move to Alert Level 1 removes many of the remaining restrictions on economic activity, although it may be some time before it is safe and capable for all sectors to return to full operation. Global and domestic demand and supply of goods and services for some sectors will remain low for the foreseeable future, regardless of the lifting of restrictions. It is therefore vital that we move with urgency to rebuild our economy, to restore growth, and to create jobs. Following several weeks of engagement, the social partners at NEDLEC have made tremendous progress on an ambitious social compact for economic recovery. This represents a historic milestone for our country, demonstrating what can be achieved when we unite to confront an urgent crisis. Cabinet will build on this emerging common ground to finalize the country's economic reconstruction and recovery plan in the coming weeks. The reconstruction and recovery plan will be finalized, but it will also build on the 500 billion economic and social relief package we announced in April, which has provided vital support for households, companies, and workers at a time of dire need for our country. Through the special COVID-19 grants and top-up of existing grants, well over 30 billion in additional support has already been provided directly to more than 60 million people from poor households. More than 800,000 companies have benefited through the UIF wage support scheme and through the grants and loans provided by various government departments and public entities. More than 4 million workers have received 42 billion rand in wage support, helping to protect these jobs even while companies were not able to operate. This support has touched the lives of millions of South Africans and has made a real difference to those in greatest need. The UIF benefit has been extended until the end of the national state of disaster to ensure that those workers and companies whose income remains at risk can continue to be supported. In addition to those businesses that have received direct support, many more companies have benefited from tax relief measures worth in the region of 70 billion rand. And millions of South Africans have benefited from the historic reduction in the interest rates that have been announced by the central bank. Adjustments have been made to the loan guarantee scheme that was announced when we announced the 500 billion relief assistance measures to make it easier for companies of any size to access credit at low interest rates with repayments delayed for as much as 12 months. We encourage all companies that have faced a disruption of their earnings to seek support from this scheme while the economy recovers. At the beginning of the pandemic, we appealed to South Africans to demonstrate their solidarity and patriotism by supporting governments and our national effort in dealing with the pandemic. We established the Solidarity Fund, which to date has received some 300,000 donations from a variety of sources, from almost 15,000 individuals and nearly 2,500 companies. The donations came from ordinary people and workers, industrial workers, public service workers, religious organizations, political parties, non-governmental organizations, members of parliament, trusts and foundations. Through its work, the Solidarity Fund has demonstrated the power of social partnership and cooperation. Since it was established, it has raised over 3.1 billion rand in donations from the variety of people I spoke about, and companies and trusts. It has to date allocated 2.4 billion to support key areas of our national coronavirus response. These include the purchase of testing equipment, medical supplies, and personal protective equipment, and has also enhanced the local manufacture of ventilators. It extends its help and assistance to food relief for vulnerable households through vouchers for subsistence farmers, care for survivors of gender-based violence, and a national COVID awareness campaign. Fellow South Africans, violence against women and children has continued unabated during the period of the pandemic. We are determined as a government to continue with our resolve to deal with the scourge of gender-based violence and femicide. Based on the latest data, we have identified 30 hotspots around the country where the problem is most rife. As we move to the next alert level, we are increasing and improving support services for survivors of gender-based violence, particularly in the identified hotspots. We have to do so not just because the lockdown is being eased, but as part of work already underway to implement the National Strategic Plan adopted by Cabinet earlier this year, as it was drafted by the women of our country. This includes the rollout of an integrated and multidisciplinary model that incorporates psychosocial support, case investigation, housing services, and economic empowerment for survivors under one roof. The Khuseleka one-stop centers expand on the mandate of the existing network of Thuthuzela care centers and are already operational in districts in Northwest, Limpopo, and in the Eastern Cape. Work is underway to expand this model of care and support to the women of our country to all provinces. Let us spare no effort to eradicate the problem of violence against women and children in South Africa. The coronavirus pandemic has exposed the extent to which corruption has infected our society and robbed our country of vital resources at the time we need them most. Our law enforcement agencies are making important progress in investigating all allegations of misuse of COVID-related funds. The Special Investigating Unit has submitted its first interim report to me, detailing the progress of its investigations in all provinces and in some national departments and entities. As the SIU concludes investigations, we will be in a position to make public their findings. The SIU is working alongside 8 other agencies in the Fusion Center to detect, investigate, and prosecute any instances of corruption. As part of the effort to encourage transparency and accountability, the National Treasury has published online the details of all COVID-related contracts awarded by public entities at national and provincial level. This is a historic development in our country that we hope will set a precedent for all future expenditure of taxpayers' money of this nature. The Office of the Auditor General has also played an extremely valuable role in identifying weaknesses and risks in the management of COVID resources and detecting cases of possible fraud for investigation by the agencies represented in the Fusion Center. We continue to work to strengthen our anti-corruption efforts through measures to provide the NPA and other law enforcement agencies with the human and financial resources needed to tackle corruption, strengthening of specialized commercial crime courts, which will help expedite COVID-related cases, and the finalization of the new national anti-corruption strategy. We are determined to ensure that the worst of this pandemic is behind us. We cannot afford a resurgence of infections in our country. A second wave would be devastating to our country and would again disrupt our lives and livelihoods. It is up to each and every one of us as South Africans to ensure that this does not happen. As we settle into a new normal and learn to live alongside the coronavirus, we must continue to exercise every possible precaution to avoid infecting others. This is how we are going to keep ourselves safe and keep our economy open. Firstly, I must repeat this because this is an important message that all of us as South Africans must keep in mind. We must wear a mask whenever we are in public and make sure that it covers both the nose and the mouth. Secondly, we must maintain a distance of 1.5 meters from other people at all times and ensure that we are in spaces that are well ventilated. Thirdly, we must continue to wash our hands or use hand sanitizers regularly. Fourthly, we must download the COVID Alert South Africa app and protect our families and communities. In just over a week from now, South Africans will celebrate Heritage Day under conditions that will be better in many ways from what we have experienced over the last 6 months. Last 6 months have been difficult for all of us. I urge everyone to use this public holiday, Heritage Day, as family time to reflect on the difficult journey we have all traveled, to remember those who have lost their lives, and to quietly rejoice in the remarkable and diverse heritage of our nation. And there can be no better way to celebrate our South Africanness than joining the global phenomenon that is spreading across the world, and that is the Jerusalem Dance Challenge. The Jerusalem song that I love so much. So I urge all of you to take up this challenge on Heritage Day and show the world what we are capable of. Our performers have demonstrated to the world that we've got good music and good dance and good moves. So quietly, let us celebrate our heritage. Just as we have acted together to defeat this virus, we must roll up our sleeves and get to work rebuilding our economy. We have a mammoth task ahead of us. It will take the combined effort of each and every South African to restore our nation to prosperity and development. This is now the task of our generation, and our work starts today. We have overcome doubt and cynicism to confront the worst public health threat in living memory. We have shown what South Africans are capable of when we join forces and work together. Let us hold on to that spirit of unity and solidarity. Let us move forward with determination and resolve. May God continue to bless our beautiful country, South Africa, and her people. I thank you.
Alrighty, don't go anywhere, guys. Oh crap, everything's still on. Cool. So I'm waiting for Jannie to come back on, and as soon as he's on, we will chat a little bit. President went a bit longer than expected, but that's fine. I ran out of PNGs. I ran out of stuff to do. So I'm sorry. Next time I will have a whole lot more to. Okay, I'm getting. All right, I don't think Yanni's going to be joining. That's fine. Or is he joining? I don't know. But if I hear him, I will. Jerome Panel, thank you so much for becoming a subscriber. I did see all the super chats and everything. Thank you all so much for the super chats and all that. I was so busy trying to make this entertaining. I actually didn't catch what he said. A lot of what he said. I heard a bit about increasing the gatherings. I believe he said that. Also easing some of the international travel. I could be wrong. I couldn't hear everything, but you guys did. I hope you. I hope I made it better. I hope this was entertaining. Next time, I will definitely have a lot more PNGs to add. I'll try and find some different ones. Come up with new ideas. If you're watching this after the fact, please give some suggestions in the comment below. What do you want me to put in? What do you want to see? I think that will be cool. I would love to hear your suggestions in the comments. In the comments below, White Noise podcast saying a whole lot of nothing. Okay. And I hope you guys noticed this. I really put a lot of effort into this one. As you can see there, I hope you guys took note of what this says. I'm trying to adjust it quickly, but anyway, it doesn't matter. I hope you guys saw that. So yeah, I think with that being said, ladies, because I didn't really listen, I can't really catch up, or sorry, I can't really comment. I need to go watch his speech again. But yeah, again, I hope you guys were entertained. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope I fixed presidential speeches. But again, thank you all so much for the super chats. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. I have a show coming up later with a few comedians, and we're going to talk about something very sensitive, which is sexual harassment in the workspace, specifically the comedy industry. So that's going to be kind of a sensitive one to talk about, but we need to talk about it and create some awareness of what's going on. So, ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, I won't waste any more of your time. Thank you all so much once again. I really hope you had a laugh. I really hope we had some fun tonight. So, thank you all so much. And if I don't see you later tonight at 8:30, stay safe, be kind to one another, and I'll see you at the next one. Cheers. Hey guys, so if you enjoyed the show, please consider giving it a like and a share. Don't forget to subscribe as well if you're new to my channel. And if you really enjoyed the content, feel free to join and become a member. Don't forget about my fight against cancel culture. That's in the link in the description below. Support my fight against cancel culture. Go to that link and all the information is there. Other than that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching.